Everybody, thanks for watching. Now, just a quick reminder that tomorrow will be the last day for the sale. All 33 digital DVD downloads you can get for $89.99. Original price $300. I kept the sale going because for many reasons, a lot of you guys didn't see the sale. A lot of people just wasn't online. A lot of people don't follow me on Instagram. So a lot of people didn't see the sale till last minute. So I got a lot of emails from a lot of you requesting, more time for the sale. So I reposted it. And again, tomorrow will be the last day. And this is the last time I'm going to repost it, that you'll probably see it at that price. It'll go back to the original price after tomorrow. So definitely want to take advantage of that and grab it if you can. Now, I want to get into this video because a lot of people is getting really carried away with this whole Black Panther thing. And I hate to be that person, I don't want to be that person that comes in, it seems like they hating or they're trying to spoil everybody's fun and happiness about a particular, subject or something. So we have that happen a lot of times in the conscious community, in the Black community, where people just come in and want to bash everything that seems good for Black people. And a lot of people who are really into movies, a lot of people put a lot of their hearts and they really resonate with a lot of these characters in movies and stuff like that. So you really can't mess with too many people when it comes to, TV characters or what have you. But we really got to understand the position. We got to understand what's going on and what has been taking place and not, get too carried away, which a lot of people have regarding Black Panther. We got to understand again, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. We understand about us, having African kings and African kingdoms. And the fact that, stories are being put out there about these, people with powers and people who are doing amazing things. And we have for, decades, for most of our lives, have only seen superheroes cast, and by white men. We haven't really seen any Black superheroes, especially this mainstream being connected with the Marvel universe. But again, for those who are in the know, when you pay attention to Stan Lee, which he has admitted himself, and you understand about the Marvel characters, we understand that all this stuff comes from ancient Kemet and from African origins. So even though mainstream does not give us the credit for giving Stan Lee and other people the inspiration to put out movies like Black Panther and the whole Marvel universe and DC or what have you, we understand that a lot of the writers, a lot of the directors give credit going back to ancient Kemet and going back into a lot of Egyptian and African mythological people. And this is something that we got to look at and really understand its place and who is putting it out and the history behind Disney. And, and just understand that, Disney acquired Marvel and that before, Stan Lee, he was in a legal battle trying to basically get what he deserved far as what the production with Marvel and what Fox and everybody was doing with his baby. What ultimately ended up happening is, he ended up losing that case, and you had basically the powers that be end up taking over Marvel. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. Yes, Stan Lee does appear in all the Marvel films, and he did, get cut a little bit of money, and he gets, those appearance fees or whatever like that. But what really happened is they basically took it from him. And, it was some legal issues. He got some money, but not what he should have gotten. And you need to understand that Marvel is in the hands of the powers that be, which is why when you pay attention to the movies, to all the films, and understand what it's really talking about, it's getting into everything. It's getting into consciousness, energy, the history of us and what has been happening to us on this planet on a huge scale, but it's really hitting. And a lot of you won't be able to pick it up. And a lot of people are going to watch Black Panther and a lot of these Marvel movies and not really understand what it's talking to, or the little pop shots they take at us and the little hints they give out there. And it's just, again, a fictional movie that we can't really get too caught up in. We got to look deeper into the movie and understand what it's really talking about, because, you have a lot of people going crazy because of this film. People really showed up, to the movies, dressed like Akeem, coming to America, dressed in dashikis and all kinds of costumes or what have you, to really go see this movie. And I get it. I understand Black people are just happy to see a Black character cast and as a superhero and have a major role in a major motion picture. That's cool and everything, but we can't forget who is putting this stuff out and who is really behind it. Yes, it has a black director, but the producers, especially Kevin, I forget his last name. He's the president, one of the presidents of Marvel Studios. Is the producer on Black Panther, and the backing, of course, is Disney, and they're the ones who basically distributing Black Panther, and they own Marvel right now. So again, we got to remember the history and what has been taking place with Disney over the years, and we can't let any of that slide because they threw a movie with a black leading character as a superhero. And it's the same thing with Obama. Everybody, understand that this government has been doing nothing but, oppressing us and doing us dirty. They threw out Obama, and everybody got crazy, and they really just crowded around Obama and just forgot about everything that we have been through as black people in this country, really believing that Obama was actually going to do something for black people, and he did nothing. And it's weird to see what people really expect from a movie like this, to put so much energy behind it, to put so much effort and time, and people are online going crazy about this movie and arguing about this movie. And what do you expect to get from this movie? What do you think is going to happen because this movie released? What good thing do people expect to happen for us, as African Americans because of Black Panther? Now, I want people to really pay attention to history and really understand the whole concept, the whole phrase of, if you can't beat them, join them. You need to really understand that and look at history and what has taken place. And if you watch my videos, you're going to understand this a lot more because I talk about this in many videos. Okay, first of all, what they had to do with us as far as economics with Black America, because a lot of you guys are not really up on history and what has taken place back in the 50s and 60s. We were thriving. We were really moving up in business and industry, and they were falling. And Ronald Reagan came on and he campaigned for his friend who was running for president. Talked about this before. And he basically told America, we're screwed. We got to stop spending so much. We got to change the economy some way, somehow. We got to fix this because America is going down. Meanwhile, you had a lot of black entrepreneurs who was growing. And you had all this black buying power. And we were spending so much money in the black community back then that they looked and they said, you know what? We have to integrate. We have to let these black people come in because they're making all this money. I put out the video before. I talked about this whole thing, the whole video that's on YouTube with them basically explaining to white America, hey, y'all need to start selling to these black folks. They got money. Y'all need to start, really catering to these black folks. They willing to spend money. And it's so fitting that that came out when it came out right around the time of, integration and everything started happening around that time, when they really started to say, hey, these black people got a lot of money. They're successful. They're sophisticated. They're doing well. We need to get a piece of that money to help boost our economy. And as I explained this before, in order for you to really truly grow your economy, you have to bring in outside money. So again, I'll give you an example. If you have $10 million circulating within your economy, all you have is $10 million. You can't grow. You only got that 10 million keep circulating. You need another people from outside to come in and bring money into your economy to boost your economy money-wise, or else you're going to be stuck with 10 million. But if you can get these black folks to bring in, their $50 billion spending power into your economy, you get all 50 billion of that, and you get to put it back into your economy and not give a dime to them. Meanwhile, they're working hard and working for you on top of that, working hard and then bringing you back the money into your economy. Meanwhile, their economy suffers. And this is the whole thing. If you can't beat them, join them. That they understood. And they started to bring us into the fold of economic growth. Except for we didn't really have none. They did. And you had integration. So that happened. So what you really need to still understand is, one, while we were getting treated unfairly, they had to really create different steps of control and really oppression, really control mechanisms to really take away our power. So again, when I say, if you can't beat them, join them, you have to understand sports and entertainment and what that's really about. You have to understand them putting themselves in positions of power to control certain things. So what entertainment, one, let's just go with entertainment. You have to understand when they sing, first of all, you had in the 50s, I talked about this before, you had our musicians really turning to us. Our musicians was turning to black folks and saying, support us. We're going to come to your town. We're going to play music, support us, and spread the music, play the music. And, in the 50s and 60s and, even the 40s, we was really into music. We had it on lock. And the power of music, again, which they understood, was affecting everybody. And everybody wanted to be like these black entertainers. You had all the white people wanting to go to the black shows. They didn't want to hear that boring ass doo-wop crap that these white boys was putting out. They wanted to really come into our music because our music was live. It was popping. It was great. And they seen the power that we had on them music-wise. So what they had to do, of course, was take control of that industry. And what they do is, as you can see, once they got control of the industry, the talent they bring to them. So if we control our own music industry, we will have the talent, we will have the power, and we will have the ability to control how that power was put out and who it was put out to. So by them taking control of it so early, they can control who comes in and what type of music they put out and who the music is going to affect. So again, if you can't beat them, join them. So they said, come on, come sign with us. And they signed all these black acts and gave people money to really create music companies, which they would later take over. And by them taking over eventually and them really signing all the acts and having the money to get people, musicians, to come to their labels versus going to black labels, they was able to neutralize our spread and control of our music. And the alternative would be, don't sign black folks. Keep this integration, racism stuff going on. And what's going to happen? Black people is going to go ahead. They're going to create their own labels. They're going to create their own music control that they're going to control and have power. And guess what? They're going to sway black and white. Everybody's going to come to them. So we might as well go ahead and open up these musicians, concert houses and recording studios and record labels or what have you to control music. It's the same thing with the athletes. When they started out with basketball and, they didn't want to let us in. And you had basketball teams, of course, who was better than the white teams. So they said, you know what? We got to integrate because we had this match with the best basketball team. I forget exactly who it was. I think it was the Lakers playing against this unnamed black team. And it was a, competitive game. It's the same thing with baseball. You had the Negro League and everybody was talking about the Negro League and how they would crush, the white baseball league. So, hey, we got to have integration because these black people are going to have their own league. They're going to support each other. And then they're going to show everybody that their league is better than ours. And if we come together and have a black versus white league, of course, they know we are superior. So if you can't beat them, join them. Even though it looks like they let us join them, they say, okay, come on, we're going to integrate. We're going to give you guys a break. What really they was doing was saying, hey, we know that you guys are better. You are superior genetically. We got to bring you in to make it look like, we all equal. Or else everybody's going to see that you guys are far better and they're going to run to you. And that's what it is. They neutralized our power by creating these sports leagues and controlling them and saying, guess what, black people? We're going to pay you $10 million a year, $20 million a year to come play for us. Come to our team. Don't start your own league because we know your league is going to be better and your league is going to be fair. And guess what? You're going to be able to persuade white people, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, whoever, to come to your league because your league is going to be fair and you don't care about the racism shit. So they have to control it. We got to control the NFL. We got to control the NBA. Can't beat them, join them. It looks like that, but it's really, them understanding the power that we have and what we're going to be able to put out if we did it on our own. So they took control of it first. Sports, entertainment, plain and simple. And when you pay attention to it, you see that they're neutralizing our power and what we can do. So, if we went ahead and began creating our own societies, so we're going to give you welfare. We're going to make sure you have housing and everything like that. We're going to keep you at a low position to where you can grow economically, because if that happens, it's over. And this is what they have successfully been able to do for a long time. Again, I talked about this before. Every time we was able to grow up and, really expand economically, something happened. It was taken away from us. We know about Black Wall Street. And whenever we do anything major economically, it's an issue because they know if we grow economically and start spreading that wealth, it's a wrap. It's only a matter of time before we take over. And it's not so much of us taking over in the sense of conquest, but us doing things the right way, the way they should be doing it, as far as not, being racist about it. It's just, okay, well, if you have skills, come work for me. I don't care what color you are. You're going to work for us. We're going to make money. We're going to do this thing right. Versus them with their system, making sure that white people have a leg up, that they have privilege, and that, we got to scratch and fight and hustle and struggle and everything just to get ahead. And this is no different when you understand that when you see movies like this, Black Panther, and you got people, talking about the Nat Turner movie, and not enough people want to go see that because they don't want to see movies about slaves, but they want to see this fictional movie about, some character who don't exist, versus Nat Turner, who was real and did what he did. And it's crazy to see so many Black people put so much support behind a fictional character, a fictional film owned by a company that is racist against Black people and has done nothing to support Black people, who owns stock in private prisons, who does so much to really hinder Black progress. Now, that being said, it's good to see that, Black folks get these roles and make money. Same thing in sports. It's good to see those Black people make their money and, do their thing. But we got to really pay attention to what we put so much support behind, and what we understand about what we put in our support behind, instead of us just going out there all crazy and saying this is the best and this movie is all that, and really making it like it's all Black when it's not. It's something that is going to be used against us in some way in the future. Them seeing the buying power of this movie, which I believe made about over $400 million this weekend, which is crazy, and we're going to see a change because of that. But my whole point is I don't want people to get, tricked and confused by this movie and believing that somehow these people just snapped out of it and woke up and said, we're going to end oppression of Black people. We're going to show more good things about Black folks. Pay attention to the movie. I haven't even seen the movie yet, but I already read about it before it came out. So from me reading the storyline, there's still some things there a lot of you guys probably didn't recognize or point out. Some of you probably have, that still have those stereotypical Black themes within Black Panther movie. And they're gonna give out those little pop shots and those little things that make us look bad. They're gonna put those in a movie, and it's up to people to really figure out what exactly they're talking about. But I would much rather see, movies about ancient Kemet that's not cast with white actors. I would have rather seen a whole movie on ancient Kemet with Black leading roles. That's something we should put, energy behind. Let's get a Ramsey movie going with Ramsey being Black like he's supposed to be, and them showing Kemet as Black. That's something I would rather see versus, don't get me wrong, I'm a big comic book guy. I like Marvel. I'm happy with Black Panther and I'm putting it out. That's great. But again, my point is just too many people really making it like this is the greatest thing of all time. And it's not. Now, what we got to understand, and it's going to be tough for a lot of people to grasp this, they think we are a joke. They laughing at us. The powers that be, we're a joke to them. And in the sense that when you really start to understand about entertainment and what's been put out to us and how we have eaten it up, and then how we have destroyed each other, and it has, destroyed the Black community, us accepting this entertainment that they have been putting out and giving to us, and us embracing this destruction, us finding entertainment in our own destruction, it's a joke. We are a joke to them. Trust me, when they see us accept and embrace people like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, all these rappers that's talking about killing Black folks and everything like that, to embrace these people as role models and somebody who we should, aspire or ascribe to or look up to or what have you, and be influenced by. I mean, it's a joke when you really pay attention to it. And, we hear the same thing. People say, oh, it's just music. And, I like the music, I like the beat, whatever like that. But really pay attention to the substance and what it's doing to the people, what's happening to our community because of this music. So when they're looking at us, really accept all this crap and embrace it and spend money and make these people rich and famous and popular, it's a joke. It's a joke. You have people who really truly listen to the music, who really understand what's being said and what's going on. And the fact that we embrace it, we can't run from that. We can't run from that. And if we would have looked at the whole thing and say, you know what, and figured it out, this is destroying us. We hear this music talking about killing each other and what the women are doing, and we're seeing it in reality, and we still haven't put two and two together to realize that it's the music, and that these white people who's behind the music industry is pushing this music to do exactly what it's doing to us. And we embrace it. We fight over it. We argue over it. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. And if we don't start understanding that we are the entertainment, and a lot of people, y'all keep getting caught up in monkey see, monkey do, and what the white man does. Because white people rap, it's okay. Because white people watch, it's okay. Well, if they putting it out there and white people taking it in, then it must be fine. Or else they wouldn't be putting it out there if it's affecting them as well. It's bullshit. They'll kill 10 million white people if it's destroying us. They don't care. Plain and simple. Just because white people doing it don't mean it's good for you. It's just they are being used to influence you and to get you to think that very thing, that it's okay because, white people watching, white people rapping as well, when they don't live in the black community. They don't live where you live at. They're not struggling like you struggling, plain and simple. And too many people is really getting caught up in that whole, the whole thing of, it's hip hop, hip hop. Is it really about us rapping about what's going on in the community and what we're seeing, or it's what we rapping about creating what we are seeing in the community? It began, of course, as them rapping about police brutality and what was going on in the black community. And then once the CIA brought in the drug game, we see what happened. They were rapping about exactly what was going on. But again, talked about this visualization and stimulation and what happens to the brain when this music goes in and everything that's attached to this music, how people can basically download and take in this information in their brain and act it out in real life without being really conscious of it. The music is influence, and it has been influencing us. And it's a joke that we sucked it up so much and we have destroyed ourselves because of it. And they continue to give it to us, for so long. Nothing has changed. I don't want people to keep sitting around believing because of one movie, this movie. I mean, it's just outrageous to me because people are really super hype thinking that, this Black Panther movie just changed racism in America. Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with y'all? People really lost their mind thinking that, this is it. It's over because we got a movie that was given to us by the white man. It's a black director, a black writer. It's still, it's owned by them. We got black rappers, black actors. The production company, the people who putting them out, the people who backing them, it's always a white man behind them, plain and simple. And when you understand that no movie, whenever you want to put out a movie, it has to get approved. So they have approved this movie. When the budget, it's a $200 million budget for Black Panther. Do you think that, they gave these people, it's 200 million. If they didn't okay it and approve it first, they put out exactly what they want you to see. Everything is done for a reason. You got to understand that and not fall for the trap and realize what's being said and what's being put out there for you to ingest for whatever reason. So again, they want to get you riled up and get you black and proud so they can, get you to act a fool once something happens. Understand where you at. Again, these people are running it all. They are controlling it all. And they put things out for a reason. So for conscious people, of course, you are conscious of this, you understand. But you still have a lot of people who are not getting it. And I've seen a few conscious people go, batshit and nutty over this damn Black Panther movie as well, on Instagram and Facebook. And people just it's the greatest thing ever for black people and it's over. We win. Black people, we back on top because of a damn movie. What the hell's going on? And no, Disney still own the movie. It's not black owned. We don't own Black Panther. It's a character created by a white man. We don't own that movie. It's not ours. Everything got okayed by white folks that you seen on that screen. It got okayed by them first. Plain and simple. And again, like I said, I hate to be that person, but with this many people, losing their mind over it, I feel like I have to say something and really make sure that, none of you conscious people are slipping, because I've seen some slip. Snap out of it. Like, I know, like, a lot of people can't run away from what's popular. A lot of people get soaked up in social media and they want to talk about the big thing and what's going on. You can't lose sight of the fact that we are in a war. Plain and simple. And sometimes long wars have downtime, but it's still a war going on. Plain and simple. You can't understand. You can't forget. You have to understand that at any time, all the time, they are throwing shots at us. There's always stuff coming at us 24/7. And that's the game. They have not taken a foot off our neck yet, and they will not. Period. There's something we have to take care of ourselves. And us going crazy over a movie that they gave us is not the answer. We have become too dependent on our oppressor and the systems that they have put out there and the things they put out there. And what I talked about in personal economics is getting you guys to really switch the whole thing around, to take this system and make money from it, to use what they're putting out there and make money from it. Not to go really stay and work for these people. Work for these people for as long as you have to. Do what you got to do. But eventually you should be working towards your own company and your own thing. And we have to do this as individuals because, as I said, it's not going to happen us coming together as black folks. It's just not going to happen. So if we take care of our business as individuals, everything else will take care of itself. So as I pointed out in the videos, this is what I do. I know how to, really find the value in many different situations and make money out of it and extract money out of it. I've been betting on sports since I was like 13, since I was young. I watch football. I have Lombardi right here because I'm from Philly. Eagles won. Made a shitload of money off the Eagles, off the Super Bowl, by really paying attention to what these people put out and what they do. Plain and simple. Don't get caught up in this stuff that they give us, these little breadcrumbs. I'm not ready to say it's all over because of a damn Black Panther movie and everything is going to be fine from here on out. No more police shootings or what have you. No. And it's okay for people to get excited and happy about the movie. But damn, this is just crazy. We ain't getting a dime. Everybody ain't getting a Black Panther check. We ain't getting cut no money. It's some black folks that made some money off a movie that a white man let them make. Plain and simple. That's what it is. That's what it is. And again, I hate to be that person that seemed like he's trying to spoil the fun for everybody, whatever like that. I'm not saying go see the movie. Go see the movie. I want everybody, anything Marvel you need to watch. All that stuff you need to pay attention to and watch and see what's in it and what they're giving you, because they hide a lot of history and information in these movies, as I have proven to you guys. I really killed the Matrix when I broke it down in the Consciousness DVD. Everybody, I had so many emails and reviews about that DVD because it's just crazy. A lot of people had no clue that's what the Matrix is really talking about. But it's a lot of movies they do this, and a lot of my videos I break down a lot of things they put in these big movies and what they're really talking about. I haven't really even jumped into Star Wars hard yet, which I will soon, because movies are still coming out, and it's bananas what they put in these last two movies that a lot of people have no clue about, which I'm going to break down eventually. So pay attention to the stuff. See what they're doing, see what they're talking about, and never get caught up in this stuff as deeply as these people are today. As far as Black Panther, like, come on, we are entertainment, plain and simple. And this is why LeBron was told to shut up and dribble, shut up and just play ball. Same thing they told Colin Kaepernick, take your check, take your money, shut up. You're entertainment, dance, monkey, dance, because that's what we are to them, fucking entertainment. And we embrace it. We delight and enjoy this entertainment, and we find entertainment in our destruction as far as this hip hop music and the type of gangster films and gangster music that they put out to hinder us and destroy us, and we being entertained by it. Plain and simple. They understand what it is. You got a lot of white folks who understand what it is. I was looking at a lot of racist videos and comments about Black Panther. Man, these white peoples, they came out, and of course they jealous. They feel some type of way. Whenever you don't include white folks, they throw a tantrum. So they had a lot of negative stuff to say about the movie, which is all the more reason why I hope it just blow the box office. But we can't jump into it as conscious black folks and be like, it's the greatest thing for black people, and it's like somehow going to end racism and get all the black people off the street and everything like that. No, it's a movie. But take this example and really pay attention to what they're going to try to be doing as far as inclusion. I'm seeing it a lot more inclusion of black people into a lot of these brands, into a lot of companies. And you see a lot of commercials with black people being cast in these commercials where you normally won't see black folks. So they have made that move because they're going to have to make that move eventually when you start to understand what's going on. Plain and simple. So we're going to get into all this. And, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch. I just wanted to make this real quick and put this video out and just really touch on entertainment and get you guys understanding what entertainment is about when it really involves us, sports and entertainment, and them basically using our talent and neutralizing our talent and our power to keep them in power. You can't beat them, join them, or let them join you. Plain and simple. And that's all it is. That's all it is. Them neutralizing what we have the ability to do on our own. If we got our shit together and had our own music companies, we would control this thing. We had our own entertainment, our own Hollywood, we would control this thing. Our own sports, we would control this thing. Plain and simple. But then you have these bought off actors and celebrities and athletes who don't want to do it. They have plenty of money to go ahead and start our own league, or a league owned by black folks where we get the fair share. We get a nice chunk of money, movie company, record labels. And you had, even as a video out there with Obama and Jay-Z, if you've seen it, where Obama is basically saying how, America is thriving off of, black people. And Jay-Z saying the same thing. Hey, like if black people got their shit together and had our own thing, we can control it. Now, as he said, it's a level of control you willing to give up, or it's the level of that you're willing to work with, white folks in this system. But we need to control that. We can work with you all day long, but we need to control our product and what we've been putting out for decades, and that all these white folks are copying, have been copying for years. And a lot of people are not realizing that. The youth is not realizing that. Our history is being erased and taken. And if we're not out here, people like me, people like you, and other people who put out this information, putting out history, if we're not out here letting our kids know what the hell's going on and what the truth is, they're going to erase us. They're going to erase us. And they have been erasing us. We need to let people know who is what, who began what, who's doing what, and that we are being copied crazy, and we ain't getting no respect for it. We ain't getting no money for it. So don't really, if you want to support, Black Panther, that it's black cast and everything like that. But understand, at the end of the day, all that money going to white folks. We're not going to benefit from it at all. So everybody who are proud and happy that they went to go see Black Panther when it came out, what is it going to do for your community? And what is it going to do? The good thing is if you use this movie, and this is what I really want you guys to understand. You took kids to see Black Panther, and you use this movie to really show your child, what we are capable of, one, and two, understanding that, it's just a movie, and that you can't really get too caught up in just, it just being a movie, but be inspired that you have a black superhero and that black people can be superheroes, that we can do great things, and everything is just not white folks. We can do big things as well. If you take the experience of the movie and you can really impress it upon your child or whoever in a good, positive way to get them to understand that, we can do these things on our own. We don't need a white person next to us, holding our hand through all these major processes, that we can get this done as black folks, on our own. Really use this movie to inspire black children and to get them to see that, in real life, we were kings and we had power and we did great things on this planet. This movie is just a representation of that. And that's what it is. Use it to teach. Use it to get them to understand that Marvel is us. It's about black folks. But do not in no way, shape, or form put this movie out there as if, game over and black people won and it's the end all be all. And we should all just, be super happy and grateful because white people about to make a lot of money off of us. because it's basically what it is. They've been doing it for a long time. Of course, go play football, go play basketball. End of the day, white folks getting all the money. We can argue about LeBron James and Jordan all day long. End of the day, white folks make more money and go make more money. Until we control it, until it's ours and we making the most money out of it, we shouldn't be this happy. We shouldn't be this crazy about it. But, you know, in the spirit of support for those black people who are involved, cool. But still, tone it down as far as all of this, you know, craziness people are putting out for this movie. So this is what I wanted to say. This is what I wanted to put out. Thanks to everybody who supported. I'm telling you, Tuesday, tomorrow, I can't do it no longer. Last day, $89.99. Get it tomorrow. It will be down for sure. New stuff coming out, new videos coming out. Got a new camera. I got some new stuff I want to play with. And trips coming up and stuff I want to do and really get out on video. I have been running around doing a lot of work. And I haven't, you know, posted videos lately, but I will begin to get back on my game as far as getting these videos out there. There's a lot that we got to get into, and we're going to get into it. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch. See you next video.